Hello guys, my name is Wario, and welcome to a new episode of Gaming Mysteries. Today we're gonna continue with Pokemon and talk about a very famous creepypasta slash theory, and it's called Ash's Coma theory. Now the title really says it all. It basically tells that Ash is in a coma state. Now why do people think this? Well, let's look at some examples or factors. First of all, Ash's age. Many speculate how old Ash actually is. But in the first episode of Pokemon we get a proof that Ash is actually 10 years old.
And now that I'm 10, I can finally get my Pokemon license.
10-year-olds can get a beginner Pokemon from Professor Oak, the town's
Alright, so Ash is 10 years old when he begins his Pokemon journey. But how old is he now in the Kalos region? Well, Ash has now been through 6 different regions, or he's going through 6 regions right now in the anime. It is Kanto, where he began, Johto, Hoenn, Sinnoh, Unova, and Kalos. The only real difference we can see in Ash throughout these regions is the change of clothes, and I think he's getting a little bit skinner. But as you can see, he doesn't really change a lot. But is he actually getting any older? Well, in one episode, Ash mentioned that it's been a whole year since he's been to this city.
I can't believe it's been a whole year since we were here!
So we can guess that Ash is 11 years old now. Well, that's wrong. Apparently. You see, in the beginning of the Unova region, the announcer tells us this.
This young man, 10-year-old Ash Ketchum.
10 freaking years old. Still, after he has been through 4 different regions, or 5 if we count the Orange Islands. Well, how is it really possible that he's still 10 years old? Another factor is that whenever Ash enters a new region, it's like a fresh start of everything. Even though he has encountered legendary Pokemon, being like the hero that many people will remember him for, and he has been through so many like important events and blah 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 blah, being the big hero, whenever he enters a new region nobody seems to heard about Ash at all. He's a completely unknown person, like he was just brought into the Pokemon world. And also something that really bothers me, that the Pikachu that he received in the first episode of Pokemon, who has been through him in every single episode, and fought in the Pokemon League, fought against Team Rocket, Team Aqua, Magma, and Plasma Galactic and all of these. After all Pikachus went through, we would assume that Pikachu is now a level 100, since level 100 is the max level of Pokemon in the games. But for some reason Pikachu seems to lose his power whenever he enters a new region. Whenever Ash enters a new region and he fights a trainer who has just begun his Pokemon journey, Pikachu seems to have trouble defeating that trainer. Why the heck is that? I mean, Pikachu has fought in the Pokemon League and he has problems defeating a trainer who has just got his Pokemon. That really bothers me. So it is like a fresh start whenever he enters a new region. So what do people think is the reason behind all this? Well, a theory is that Ash is in a coma state. But from when and from where? Well, in the first episode of Pokemon, Ash is going to get his starter Pokemon. And he wakes up late and it's too late to get any of those 3, but Professor Oak has a 4th Pokemon available, and that is Pikachu. And at the end of the episode, Ash is actually struck by the lightning, and he wakes up in the sand along with Pikachu, and at the very end of the episode, he and Pikachu sees Ho-Oh, which doesn't exist yet. So that was a very interesting scene, maybe the most special scene in the whole Pokemon anime. So back in the days when this episode came out, people were really wondering who this Pokemon was. But people believe that when Ash was struck by that lightning, he didn't wake up in the sand, but he actually was brought to the hospital and went in a coma state. And in his coma state, he is living in his fantasy world, and that's why he is never aging, and that's why it's like a fresh new start whenever he enters a new region, and that's why everything is so peaceful in the Pokemon world. So people believe that Ash is actually lying in a coma, living in his fantasy world. Another theory, however, why Ash never ages and all these that I've talked about, is that in a Pokédex entry of Ho-Oh, it says that whenever a person sees it, it will grant that person eternal happiness. So maybe Ash's eternal happiness is actually staying as a 10 years old and never grow, and just live in the Pokemon world forever. Who knows? But it doesn't look like Misty and Brock or any of the other characters grow either, so it may also be that the creator of Pokemon wants to keep Ash as a 10 years old to keep Ash at the same age of new Pokemon fans that enters or is brought into the Pokemon world. Ash is really a mysterious person, and we never play as Ash in any of the Pokemon games either. We play as the characters we see in the manga, and in the newly released Pokemon The Origins. In a few episodes, Red actually grow, something Ash hasn't done in over 800 episodes, and over 15 movies. So do you believe in this theory? Post your comments below. And that's really it for this time. I want to say thank you very much for watching. Please leave a like rating on this video if you enjoyed, add it to your favorites, share with your mom, your grandma, whatever, your dog, anyone. And subscribe to stay up to date with more gaming mysteries videos, Minecraft short films, and my self-created games, and sometimes some other random stuff. Again, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.